folks, let's just say there's a little less than 1 week till Christmas. And you know what? For Syracuse, Christmas seems to have come a little early. Yeah, especially with Fran Brown and his recruiting. Yeah, I mean, he didn't want to actively get some of his players from Georgia to come to Syracuse, but two of their wide receivers decided to jump ship and come up here and play for the Cuse. But what's really big is McCord from Ohio State, a five-star quarterback, deciding to continue his college career playing for the Cuse. You know what? There was a lot of talk that this guy could do some good things, especially with the way he can convince recruits. You know what? He seems to be already doing that. But I mean, getting the good recruits to come to Syracuse and make us a team to be feared again and seeing it on the field's another thing. We won't be seeing them until next September. You know, I mean, it's wonderful what he's doing. Yeah, I mean, there'll be more to come. I'm sure of it. And I mean, early signing day. Early signing day is Wednesday. I thought I was hearing something. And no, I'm not crazy. Although the way I am, I can be like that. Oh well. But I mean, heck, we will be crazy if Syracuse starts playing like I know they should. Yeah, it would definitely make Ernie Davis. It would make Jim Brown. It would make Floyd Little proud. And I mean, heck, Fran Brown seems to be doing that. You know, keep up the good work, Mr. Brown. You're doing pretty good. Christmas seems to be coming about a week early for Syracuse. And speaking of that, how about the Cuse with a pretty good win against Oregon out in South Dakota? Yeah, South Dakota. Part of me wonders why the heck they had to play the Ducks out in South Dakota. Of course, that may be the way, Sioux Falls. Well, I mean, that was kind of a unique joke. But you know, heck, if you go to Iowa, you can probably sue a city. All right, enough with the jokes before I get some Native Americans angry at me. But you know what? I mean, it was a good win by the Cuse, especially when they fell behind by 10 points at one time. Way to come together, guys. This team is starting to come together at the right time. And I mean, heck, if they continue this, ACC better be put on notice. Judah Mintz, Malik Brown, J.J. Starling, McLeod, and all the others, Benny Williams. Adrian Autry's got them playing pretty good. Let's see what happens going forward. But I mean, I won't talk about their game Thursday until after I talk about the football team. Because the football team, let's just say, yeah, they've lost a few players to the transfer portal. But like I said earlier, the way Fran Brown's getting some of the 4- and 5-star recruits to come to Syracuse. But thing is, I mean, I kind of wonder about what the heck's going to happen with the football team Thursday. It looks like Braden Davis, who has only played a couple of downs all year, is going to get the start because Garrett Schrader had a tear in his shoulder, and they decided to operate on it. Maybe that's why they went to that old school style offense that would have made John Heisman and made Pop Warner proud. Are they going to do it again? Because, I mean, Davis is an unknown quantity. And Carlos Del Rio Wilson, we all saw what he could do. Ugh. But, I mean, I just wonder, is Syracuse fans going to be like it's Christmas on Thursday? Yeah, you got 3 games. The women's team plays St. Francis of Pennsylvania at 10:30 in the morning. And then at 5 o'clock, the men's basketball team plays our old friends from Western New York, the Purple Eagles of Niagara. And then at 8 o'clock is the bowl game. Yes. Is that what, Boca Raton? No, I'd rather have a baton that I carry with me in case somebody tries to mess with me, if you know what I mean. But hopefully, with all the defections into the transfer portal, and that, can this Syracuse team be competitive against South Florida? I half expect Dan Villari to be the one to line up behind center again a lot. Same thing with LaQuinn Allen. Yeah, that whole deal with John Heisman, Pop Warner, they're going to be proud. And I don't think South Florida can handle a game like that. We'll see in the Boca Raton Bowl. Yeah, on the campus of Florida Atlantic. Played in Howard Schnellenberger Field. Yeah, the old pro who brought Miami to prominence and also did a good job helping with the football program there at Florida Atlantic. God rest his soul. Howard Schnellenberger was a unique individual, unique coach. Well, we'll see what happens with the Cuse on Thursday. But I just wonder, my vacation doesn't start till Friday. I was taking time off. Why couldn't the football team wait another day? Why couldn't the basketball team wait another day so I could check it out? All right, stop crying, you big baby. Let's talk about something else really big. What a game Buffalo had against the Cowpokes. There were people that were thinking that with this stretch Buffalo was going to go through, that they'd lose all 3 games. Oh, hell, the referees did a good job of making sure Philadelphia won. But, heck, Buffalo showed what they could do against both Kansas City and especially against Dallas. This Brady, who's now the offensive coordinator, he targets the other team's weaknesses and exploits them pretty good. Yeah, James Cook had a monster game against Dallas. Yeah, and heck, this guy not only can cook, he can fry, he can bake, he can saute, he can poach, he can barbecue. All right, enough adjectives for cooking. This guy cooked, Didn't you hear the sizzle when he ran up and down the field? Didn't you hear the whistling of the kettle, especially when he went into the end zone? Didn't you hear all the other sounds associated with it? Yeah. And Allen, he did pass, but he didn't have to pass much. When you got a game plan that's working, you stick to it. And they stuck to it. That was their plan, and they stuck to it. But, of course, they had to use a gooby gun to remove it. But, oh, well, what a game. And, not Syracuse. Buffalo is definitely looking their way to try to play their way in. Their inexcusable losses are what's holding them back. But now, it's time to put our foot down. We got the Chargers, who fired their coach and are right now in a big state of flux. Actually, they're in a little bit of a quagmire because Justin Herbert's out for the year. They got their backup, and right now, Los Angeles is pretty much a mess. They're ripe for the pickings. And then New England, who pretty much is not the New England that we knew, and it may be one of the last games Bill Belichick coaches. Thank God for that. Well, we'll see. And then to close the season, it could be a game for the AFC East title. Because, Miami's got a couple of hard games coming up. They got the Cowpokes, and then they got the Ravens before they play us. And, this could be for the AFC East title in the final game of the season. It's going to be an interesting one as we head down the stretch and head towards the playoffs. Way to go, Buffalo. You're playing some pretty good football right now. And a lot of teams are saying they don't want to play us. Well, you know what? Good. That's the way I like it. Last but not least, this is my last show for the year. I will be back after the first of the year, but I do want to say something. This whole thing about anti-Semitism, especially during when Hanukkah was going on, it bothers me. I mean, heck, this is the time of year when, there's good tidings and goodwill among people. No matter what religion you follow, whether it be Judaism, whether it be Islam, whether it be Christianity, whether it be Buddhism, whatever religion you follow, it all boils down to the same thing. The one rule to live by: do unto others as you would have done unto you. Why can't we all practice that? Especially during this time of year. And it is just, it all boils down to it. This is a time of goodwill, peace toward everybody. And I'm going to say this as I close this week: Merry Christmas and Happy New Year and Happy Holidays. I'll see you next year.